Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Cody here. Just with a new investment idea for you guys. Something that I think has a lot of upside, and I'm talking, a 10x from here, up 1,000%. Obviously, there has to be risk management involved and stuff, and we'll kind of get into that as we go. But what I'm talking about is a cryptocurrency. It's called Basic Attention Token, otherwise known as BAT, BAT. You can type in BAT/USD, and that will tell you the price of the BAT token versus the US dollar. And then you can do it in other currencies, if you're from other countries. But basically, Basic Attention Token is a utility token. It's run under the Ethereum blockchain. And for those of you that don't know, there's two different types of tokens. There's a security token and there's a utility token. And a security token is basically like a store of value token, like Bitcoin and a lot of other ones. Most of them are they're security tokens, even though some of them will try to label themselves as utility tokens. But for the most part, they're mostly security tokens. I really think that most cryptocurrencies are going to end up being worthless. Bitcoin, or as far as security tokens, I think most security tokens will be worthless in the end, with the exception of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the only um, security type token that I think is going to stick around for a long time. The when it comes to the value of Bitcoin, I'm not like 100% sure. I'm not even in Bitcoin anymore. I bought Bitcoin at probably 3,500 or so a long time ago, and I sold a lot of it at like 11,000, and pretty much out of all of it at like 13. So I made good money on Bitcoin and stuff. So I'm not like, oh, I need to, get into Bitcoin. And I have a little bit in Ethereum as long-term investment. My favorite is the Basic Attention Token, and well, like I was saying, there's security tokens and there's utility tokens. And Basic Attention Token acts as a utility token because it's a smart contract. It's basically like a ledger between an advertiser, a publisher, and a content consumer. So, Basic Attention Token is, I mean, it's essentially both as far as it serves as a utility as far as that smart contract function, which we'll get into a little more. And then it's also a currency for the platform. It's a new browser, just like Safari and Google Chrome, stuff like that. It's a new web browser called Brave, and Brave is a new, um, basically a new browser that blocks out ads, it blocks out pop-ups, it stops advertisers from selling your information. Like when you type something in on Google, basically your data is now up for auction. So that's why when you type things in on Google, you'll see it pop up on Facebook, ads about it. You'll see it pop up all over the place because they're basically auctioning off your data. And Brave is a platform. It uses like anonymous ads. Basically, the ads go in through like a portal, and then they're distributed to you. They're not distributed straight to you like they are um, in the common Google Chrome. Basically, it runs under the same type of. Um, I'm not really a big into tech and stuff, so uh, sorry for like my stupidity, but I'm not really sure but it's basically running under the same type of software, or not software, but the same type of code. So it's basically the same thing as Google Chrome, except you're not getting pop-ups and stuff. Like when you log on to ESPN, I mean, we're talking milliseconds here, faster, but it is faster when you, because there's not all these ads popping up. And what you can do is, if you want to opt in for ads, you can opt in for the ads, and now the basic attention token's acting as a smart contract with the advertiser. So the advertiser is pushing an ad to your, like if you opt in for the ads and then you watch a YouTube video and it pops up the ad, so now you are actually going to get paid from the advertiser, because there's a ledger, there's a contract between you and the advertiser now, to where the advertiser pays you a little bit of money. It's probably a couple cents, to watch that ad, but now you're getting paid for your attention. That's why they call it basic attention token. So now you can opt in and you can make a little bit of money, maybe a couple $100 a year, for nothing, just because you're watching the ads and you're now getting paid for them. Or you can opt out to where you can and when you get paid to watch these ads, you get paid in basic attention token. I don't know if I've included that. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at like editing videos or anything like that, so I kind of have to like freelance all of it, and I don't have any notes or anything. I'm just kind of talking to you guys about it because I think it's a really good investment idea. Like, I've always wanted my channel to be based on ways to make money and stuff, and I was doing it on stocks for a while, but the stocks have been, the market's been rather tough to trade in a way. If you're into momentum trading strategies and stuff like that, I'm sure you did very, very well, and you probably will continue to do so. But I'm more of a price to volume type person. Like, I kind of view the true technicals of it. Like, I don't really do it based on solely just price, but anybody that has done very well. So, but then again, anybody that would use those type of strategies this year would have gotten destroyed, in 2018 when things were different. So the market's just been a little bit tough for me, so I haven't had a lot of content on that, which kind of sucks. But the basic attention token is something like, it's 25 cents right now, and I think it'll be a couple dollars in the future. I don't know when, honestly, and short term, like, I could honestly see it retesting 14 cents again, anywhere from the 12 to 14 cent range. I could see it retesting in there, but I would definitely be a big buyer in there. Like, what I'm doing is I'm just looking to add more in that range, and then from what I have now, if it squeezes at some point, because that's what I think. I think at some point it's just gonna have a big rocket to the upside, and it's gonna go up pretty big and pretty violently fast when it does, and but this is a hard short-term chart to read, but long-term I just see a lot of upside. So and just based on everything about it, Brave is one of the fastest. It's the fastest growing platform right now, obviously, because percentage-wise, it's so much easier to do a small one rather than a big one like Google. But I believe they're up to like 11 million monthly active users on there, and they've been growing really fast. Even I don't even have Brave yet, and I because everything for me is like into Google and all that, but at the same time, like, I know at some point I'm going to be switching over, because that's what's going on. People are using your data and you're making nothing off of it, and this is going to be a unique way. These are the founders of Brave were the guys that created Firefox and JavaScript and stuff like that. So it's not like, these guys know what they're doing. They're backed by a lot of other companies, and yeah, I just think it's a really good investment. I would, you know, at here I'd put in, maybe a third, maybe even 20% of an initial investment, and then add in as it goes down. But then again, it might squeeze up, because I'm gonna add a lot more at 14 cents. Um, and there's a lot of companies now, big companies like Amazon, Target, Walmart, that are now accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment to, well, not to buy stuff from their store, but to purchase their gift cards. So essentially, it's the same thing as store credit in a way. But I don't know. It's kind of taking off, and I honestly think it's going to be the next, biggest thing in crypto. Honestly, like I mean, I like Ethereum a lot long term, even at this price. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, I like as well, but um, that one's hard because I think Bitcoin will stay for a long, or pretty much forever. Honestly, because it's really like, as far as this, like I was saying, the security tokens, it's the only one I believe in. But I don't know what price I believe in it at. That's the problem. Even with the basic attention token, it's hard to value um, the price of it. But it's going to be cool because it's like the wave of the future where, you find people, you like their content, like you like their videos and stuff, and now you can send them, a cent or whatever, and from anywhere from the world. That's one thing about crypto being on the blockchain. Um, Basically from my understanding, I'm not like the smartest person ever, um, so bear with me. But as far as like the simplest explanation I could say for blockchain is that it's it's almost like when we transfer money around the world through traditional like wire transfers and stuff, like it goes from, New York, or it goes for, wherever you are. Let's just say you're in like Texas or something. It goes from Texas, it goes to New York, then it goes to London, and it's being translated, as it goes. It's being translated through a lot of letters, and crypto is being communicated with numbers, so it's much more efficient, because you can, bang, send money from Alabama out to China, boom, and do currency swaps and a lot of other things. These things aren't, they do have a lot of function, like the utility tokens, like do have functions, and I think it's going to be really cool. I don't like, there could be a lot of other good utility cryptos. Like, if you know of any that you think are worth checking out, I would love to hear about it, because I don't research all the cryptos, but I've researched a lot of them. There's all kinds of them that, I don't know, like that Dogecoin thing that's going around, like, those type of tokens, like you have to be careful of those types of things, because a lot of them are kind of like scamish, bubblish things, almost like a penny stock where, somebody has a ton of supply, they boost the prices based on some news event, and then they sell it into people that are like, oh my god, this crypto is going up a lot, it must be good because everyone's buying it. But at the same time, somebody's actually just inflating the prices and stuff. Like mature markets like Bitcoin and Ethereum are more, those are more dominated by, actual supply and demand, like real money flow. But a lot of the smaller ones could easily be pumped up, no problem. um, so you have to be really careful about a lot of them. I even think there's a lot of opportunities to trade them. Honestly, like, because for me, like, to establish levels and stuff like that, and figure out true price points where I want to buy it takes a while of watching that stock, how it reacts on in certain ways and stuff. of following these things to map out a lot of these levels that are, strong, support and resistance and stuff. But from what I can tell, basically around 12 to 14 cents looks like strong support. Um, and to me, it's just a big buy area. Like, I don't care if it even dips down sub 10 cents. It doesn't matter to me, honestly, because I just think at some point it'll be worth $2 plus. I mean, it could honestly be even worth $10 at some point. Um, but needless to say, like let's just say you took my advice and you bought, let's just say you put some money into basic attention. Let's just say you bought $500 worth at 25 cents, and it went to 50 cents. See, now you can pull out your money. You can pull out the $500 that you had in, and then now leave that other 500 they had in profit and let that ride to $2 or whatever. Because um, like for me, because I believe in it a lot. Like I wouldn't just cash out half at a double. But I would definitely cash out like 20% or something to get to kind of reduce a little bit of risk. And then if it ends up dropping down, back down to like 30 cents, maybe I'll just throw it back on, you know. Because you always have to be somewhat disciplined, you always have to have, some type of, way of, of, kind of preserving your money and then also being able to reload on some money so you can buy more when, it doesn't have the greatest day. Or maybe you take a little bit of that profit and you found another investment to throw it into. But I don't know. I just think it's definitely worthy of a little bit of money. But definitely do your research. Be sure that's something that you want to do. So definitely look into it. Look into the Brave browser and all that. It's honestly something that I think could be pretty big. Um, so yeah. Um, there's just a lot of things, and it's always a hard thing to come out and say you think something could 10x, and but it's honestly just one of those things that I think. I mean, it's my favorite investment right now as far as risk reward. Like if I could risk one and potentially make 10, I'm happy. Even if I risk one and it ends up doubling, like I said, you take a little money off, and or you could take your whole initial amount out, and that way you're not risking. You're playing with the house's money at that point, and it's perfect. But like I say, I wouldn't always get too greedy. You always have to trim some off on on a big gain, and that way you have a little bit of ammo to reload. When it goes back down a little bit, it kind of helps make a market. Honestly, you have to have people trading as well. It's not all about long-term investing and stuff like that. Even though this kind of is, um, you know. So yeah, and keep in mind, these are cryptos. These aren't regulated things yet. So, there's certain risks to them that can make them go to zero. It's not like there's no percentage in my mind that doesn't think that this won't go to zero. Because there is a chance that it could. But that's why you don't put a ton of money into it. But at the same time, if you could risk one, make 10, treat it like an option. Like an option in the market, like where but there's a really good risk reward to it, because even in the option market, if I could risk one and make 4, it's a good risk reward. So risk one and make 10, it's something I'm excited about. So um, yeah, but yeah, just look into it. Basic attention token, BAT. You can buy it on Coinbase. Um, Maybe that's where I bought it on. I don't. I mean, maybe you could do it on Robinhood too, because Robinhood doesn't have fees. Um, but I don't know. I just use Coinbase. So, um, but yeah. I wish I had other investment ideas for you guys, but that's kind of it. I wish, my tradings. I'll be definitely, because I'm waiting for my moments in the market. That's what a lot of traders don't understand. There's certain markets that are not for their strategies, and you could flip strategies and all that, which is really good. To like adapt and stuff. Well, I mean, when you're doing it based on price, you always have to. But there's certain other mechanical things that are always somewhat the same, and when they don't match and when they don't align properly with a lot of other things, you kind of just step off to the side. So that's what I'm doing, but I'm definitely gonna have more things like my whole series that I was doing. Honestly, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, and you could go through them, all my calls and everything. Like, I made a lot of money during that period of time. And see, right after that period, because it's like that a lot in the market, guys. Like, when you really figure it out and you're making a lot of money, a lot, you keep like like you want to roll with it. Like, you do want to kind of increase a little bit of size when you're constantly playing right. Like, you have to be aggressive, you know, but at the same time, when that stuff starts reversing, don't keep doing it. Like, like when you're going, let's just say you buy $1,000 worth of options or something, and you're winning. So now you kind of want to bet like maybe 1,500 on some options. Don't go too crazy over your initial amount. And then when you're, based on the trade setup, when it's a really, really good setup, maybe do 2 grand, when you've been having a good win streak. And then, but once that streak kind of starts to like die down and your strategies aren't kind of aligning and they're, but don't keep pushing it, thousand. I mean, maybe play 100, feel it out a little bit with, relatively less to whatever amount of money you guys have. you know, do it relatively less to that. But like, so if you're used to risking $100, maybe only risk $10. Even though that's kind of hard to do with a lot of different things. With that's such small amount of money, but I don't know. But like I said, like there will be times where I'll be back, and but during that time, or what I was saying is I mean, everything was really good, and that's what I'm always trying to do. Like, when I'm feeling out the market good, that's when I'm gonna post a lot. I mean, so that's but when the market's not my, oh no, that I wasn't saying that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I appreciate your patience, but I was talking about the um dang, now I really lost my train of thought what I was talking about. But uh I was talking about after like huge wins and stuff. Like, that's when big losses come. That's when things get confusing again, because that's kind of what the market wants. It's almost like a casino. You make money, and then it flips, and then you could ride that wave when it's paying you out. Based on your theories and stuff. Because sometimes, really, for anybody, when you have a bunch of different thoughts and strategy and you see it for a while, there's certain times in the market where you can really see it. You can really see what's coming, and being able to recognize that and play it a little more aggressively than you usually would. And then when it flips and it's not aligning with a lot of your thoughts, that's when you pull back. Maybe there's other ways to flip around, and you can play the other types of environments, but because the market has different environments, it's a bunch of different wave patterns and stuff. Throughout time, there's different sequences and all that type of stuff, and some people can see it at some point, some people cannot. I mean, it'll always be that way. um, but yeah, that was just I don't even know what I was doing. I'm pretty much just rambling and shit. I'm sorry, um, but yeah, I appreciate you watching. Like I said, basic attention token, blah blah blah. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys watching this. Let me know if you guys might like more of this type of content, because like I have like other ideas of, like, because buy and sell things all the time, like currencies and like coins and different trading cards and all that. Like I'm all about trying to buy low and sell high, like no matter any type of market. So if like I don't know if you guys want more of stuff like that, I would love to like make a channel, and I'd love to like invest in like better equipment. So I'm not filming on like my iPhone 6, but like um, I don't know, because like obviously the camera's not very good, and like I could invest time into learn how to edit and like do a lot of things. So I'd appreciate like some feedback. But yeah, cause I love making money. I love thinking about, or not just not just only the thing of making money, but being able to take more money and invest it into things and do other things with the money that helps socially, with all kinds of stuff. So like that's what I want to do. Just kind of um, be a capitalist, and try to take advantage of different prices and be able to buy low and sell high, basically. um, you know and yeah, I hope so. Yeah, if you guys like content like that, let me know. Sorry, I'm just totally rambling. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to wrap it up here. Appreciate you guys, especially if you listen this far. Love you guys, and peace out, guys.